book of Isaiah, chapter 58, and verse 13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord Yahweh, Bashmiel Shai, honorable, and shalt honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words, then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord Yahweh, Bashmiel Shai, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father. For the mouth of the Lord Yahweh, Bashmiel Shai, has spoken it. I'm going to start right there. I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, wherever you might be. And Shabbat Shalom to 144,000. You sincere Akim out there, man. So, just a quick lesson, because it is the Shabbat, you know what I'm saying? We're in the Sabbath right now. And I was just thinking about this, man. The Sabbath is a special day. All right? Unto Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, it's a holy day. And we're commanded to meditate on the things of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai during this period. All right? And that's why the Lord had put it in the law that we're not to work or to do any laborious task, so that we could rest first and foremost, and not just rest, but rest in the Lord, man. He is our rest for our spirits. So the Sabbath is a day for us, man. Okay, to restore our spirits, you know what I mean? And the Lord, Yahweh Shai said himself that the Sabbath was made for man and not man for the Sabbath. Did a lesson talking about that recently. It's for us, man. It's for our benefit to turn the world off for a second, turn off the cares of this life for a day, and just really meditate and pray to the Lord and read the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? And really search for the message that the Lord is giving out, man. Because Yahweh Bashmiel Shai is always speaking, but it's like, on another level during the Sabbath. That's what I've come to notice. Okay? Now, yeah, we understand we have to work. A lot of us, we can't just take, every Sabbath off because we're in captivity. We understand that. But you can still do things to make it holy. All right? You can still do things to acknowledge that it's the Sabbath. All right? Say, for instance, you get off work. All right? You don't do what you usually do. You know what I'm saying? You might watch TV or, do something, pleasurable. But on that day, you should just say, you know what? I'm going to tap in. Let me see what the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shai is saying. Let me hear his voice. What is he saying? And there were scriptures that I always talked about that, man. Yahweh Shai said, matter of fact, let's get it real quick. Hold on. All right, here we have Revelation 3 and verse 22. Right, the Lord Yahweh Shai speaking. He says, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. Who are the churches? The Israelites, man, of the hopeful elect. We're the church. Right? It's not some building, made with hands, you know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about no mega church like T.D. Jakes and Joel Osteen. The Lord ain't dealing with them people. He's dealing with the sincere, hopeful elect in these last days. We are the church. All throughout the world, man. You see, not just here in Babylon, but there's churches, the gatherings of true believers and true worshipers of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai throughout the four corners of the earth. All right? Starting with the prophets. We're the church, man. And those who hear the word of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai through the prophets. And Yahweh Shai was saying, he that hath an ear, let him hear. We all have ears on our head. Okay? So, it's not talking about physical ears, it's talking about spiritual ears. Can you hear what the Lord is saying in these last days? What is the Spirit saying to the churches of the hopeful elect? And right now, man, in these last days, the Lord is preparing his men to get through the time we're coming into, man, known as Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation. What is the Lord saying about what's going on in the earth, man? Sometimes you got to turn this world off and sit down without distraction and listen. Right? Watch the brothers' videos, starting with the elder apostles on down. What is the Spirit saying to the churches? Is he telling you to get in order? Is he telling you to tighten up? Have more faith? You got to listen to these things, man. The Lord is always speaking. All right, and it's for our benefit, man. So the Sabbath is a blessed day, you know what I mean? To sit down and hear the voice of the Lord while we still can, because as you know, we're coming into a time in which this word will not be easily accessible. There won't be videos you can go to hear the voice of the Lord. All right, very soon. All right, so take this advantage that you have now. It's really a luxury, to say the least, to be able to, sit down and ponder upon the things pertaining to prophecy and the will of Yahweh Shai, the spiritual things, The Sabbath is a very spiritual day. So, the Sabbath, man, it's a day where the Lord, He opens up understanding on certain things, man. Certain prayers you might have put up for more understanding on a certain topic or a certain aspect of life. At the Sabbath, a lot of times He can give you that answer if you're paying attention, man. If you're not distracted by the cares of this life. You see? And the Sabbath is a day to really just sit down and, delve deep into the Spirit. Okay? To take your mind out of this, madness of the world and to focus on the real reality, which is this word, man. Prophecy. All right, here we have Revelation chapter 3 verse 20, Lord Yahweh Shai speaking. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. This is talking about you Israelites submitting yourselves to hear the voice of the Lord, man, to instruct you, to guide you. You got to open the door of your mind, you see, and the Lord will, disclose certain things unto you in the Spirit. And I can tell you, firsthand, it's real. All right, when you make an effort to, seek the Lord, He'll come and sup with you, man. Meaning, He will, let's get the word for that real quick in the Greek, because there's a word in the Greek that goes into what that word sup means. I know what it is. It's dipneo. Let's just pull it up real quick in the Blue Letter Bible. More understanding. So here we have that verse pulled up in the Blue Letter Bible, all right, which allows us to go into different, meanings of these words in the other translations, right? So here we have the Greek, and let's get that word sup. Okay, here it is.
Strong's G 1172, dipneo. Dipneo.
And the elder apostles go into this from time to time, all right? Dipneo, let's see what it says. Okay, let's jump down here. It says, take the principle or evening meal. And this truth is indeed a meal. Spiritually speaking, it nourishes us. All right, good spiritual food. You see? No GMOs. Let me see here. There's a definition that's more in depth. Hold on one second. Here it is right here. Thayer's Greek lexicon, right here in the middle. It says, I will make him to share in my most intimate and blissful intercourse. All right, what is that talking about? It's not talking about sex, obviously. It's talking about, secrets being revealed. You see? All right, that's what that word sup means in this instance. When you open the door of your mind to Yahweh Shai to come in and sup with you, that's what it's talking about, man. Those spiritual downloads, man. All right, the Lord might, open up another angle of understanding unto you during this time. All right, the Sabbath is a very special day, so we got to take heed to it. As best as we can, in this captivity, of course. In the kingdom, we're going to be able to really, fully observe the Sabbath. I'm going to close with this. I got to head out. All right. This is the book of James, chapter 4 and verse 8. And it says, draw nigh to the Most High, or Yahweh, Bashim Al-Shai, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. There it is, man. The Lord said, you draw near to me, I'll draw near to you. All right. When you make an effort, all right, to seek the Lord, man, by meditating on his will, all right, looking at those spiritual aspects that he's pleased with and really, trying to understand more of how to be, in obedience to the Lord, he gonna deal with you, man. All right. He gonna deal with you. He's gonna assist you and strengthen you. Open your understanding up more and more. All right. Increase certain spiritual aspects, in your life, man. So the Sabbath is a key time to do that. I mean, we do that all the time. All right. But the Sabbath, man, is just a day that you can really just hone in. You know what I mean? I'm just speaking, as a man, that's how I look at it as, man. But the scriptures also tell you, that the Sabbath was made for man, right? The time to rest, the time to unwind and to focus on what really matters. Because everything else in this world, at the end of the day, if you understand prophecy, it don't fucking matter. All right? The only thing that matters is what are you doing according to the will of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. All right? So, that being said, I'm going to end this lesson right here. I got to head out, man. Just a quick one. Nothing too long. Enjoy the Sabbath, man. All right? It's a delight unto those who love Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. All right? Take this time to get close to the Lord, man. I'm ending right there. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Machah Kodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who will, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Shai. They call me Asherah in the Bible bar. Shalom to the elect.